We just created the Board of Peace, which I think is going to be amazing.
President Donald Trump is preparing to release new details about his Board of Peace, but even before he speaks, divisions are emerging. Trump first announced plans for this board back in October when the Gaza ceasefire first took effect. The board was originally envisioned as a small body of world leaders to supervise and oversee this ceasefire, but in recent days, Trump has invited dozens of countries and hinted that the board could take on much broader responsibilities. A number of smaller U.S. allies have accepted his invitation, but some European countries, led by France, say they won't join at the current time. They're concerned that this board could replace the United Nations as the main international vehicle for brokering international conflict. A number of other countries, including Britain and Russia, still haven't decided whether to join. Trump received a small boost when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he would join the board, but even this announcement raises some questions about how Israel can help supervise a ceasefire in which it also is one of the warring parties.
We're having tremendous meetings with heads of state, with people of very big consequence having to do with war and peace, which is why we're here. And I just want to thank the Secretary General for being with us. We have a few things to discuss. It was a meeting I actually look very forward to. He's doing a fantastic job. We've been friends. We lifted GDP from 2% to 5% together. That was done jointly, and it worked out really very well, and we appreciate it, Mark. So we'll be talking about various things. We'll be talking about Greenland. I imagine it may come up in our discussion. And but I think the trip has been amazing so far. It's been amazing. As you know, we're staying, and tomorrow we're doing something else having to do with the Board of Peace. We're getting tremendous acceptance of that. It's going to be great. So we'll see how that all works out, but we're doing that tomorrow. So thank you very much, media. Thank you very much. And Mark, would you like to say
just briefly, what I just wanted to say again, as I did this morning when I was on a panel, I want to thank you again for what you did since coming in January, Trump 47. Basically getting the Europeans and Canada to really step up, and that led to the enormous success we had in The Hague with the 5%, which is crucial to defend ourselves and to also equalize with what the US is paying. This was a problem already there since Eisenhower. I always tell the Europeans, you are completely committed to NATO, but there is also that one irritant, and it is this factor, that the Europeans were not paying the same as the US was paying. And we solved it, and this is crucial also because we need the money to protect ourselves. There's one thing I heard you say yesterday and today. You were not absolutely sure that the Europeans would come to the rescue of the US if you will be attacked. Let me tell you, they will. And they did in Afghanistan, as you know, for every American who paid the ultimate, for every 2 Americans who paid the ultimate price, there was one soldier from another NATO country who did not come back to his family. From the Netherlands, from Denmark, particularly from other countries. So you can be assured, absolutely, if ever the US will be under attack, your allies will be with you. Absolutely, there's an absolute guarantee. I really want to tell you this because it is important. It pains me if you think it is not. And under your leadership, this alliance is stronger than ever.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great compliment.
Foreign Minister rejected what you said in your speech that you were hoping to negotiate to acquire Greenland, essentially saying that this is not something that they are willing to discuss. So what will those negotiations look like?
Well, they didn't tell me that, so when they tell me, because I don't like getting it secondhand, if he wants to tell me, he'll tell me that to my face.
And when will you be discussing this?
I have no idea.
When you said you were...
I'll be discussing it with this man right here.
Mr. President...
He's frankly more important.
Mr. President, do you see a price for Greenland that's reasonable?
I could see that, yeah. I could see
How would you calculate
I could see that, but there's a bigger price, and that's the price of safety and security and national security and international security having to do with many of your countries. Mm-hmm. That's really the price, and that's the big price. And as you know, we're doing the Golden Dome. It's going to be very expensive, and it's better if we have Greenland than it is without. It's going to be safer, it's going to be stronger, it's going to be better for Europe, and it's going to be better for us. And so we'll see what happens. Any other question?
Is it reassuring to hear the NATO Secretary General say NATO will defend the United States if it comes under attack?
Well, I hope that that's true. I mean, he's a good man. He's never lied to me before. You know, we've had a good relationship, and he made that statement. That's nice. I mean, I just, you know, when I see what's happening with Greenland, I wonder, because I want Greenland for security. I don't want it for anything else. We have so much rare earth. We don't know what to do with it. We don't need it for anything else. And in terms of Greenland, you have to go 25 feet down through ice to get it. It's not something that a lot of people are going to do or want to do. No, this is security we're talking about. And I can say one thing about Mark. He wants security, and he wants security for all of us. I think we're a member of NATO. He wants security for NATO and beyond. So when he says that, Steve, I think it's very nice. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President.
International defense. Without it, you really can't have great international defense. So it's very important.
What's your plan on Africa? Mr. President, what's your plan on Africa?
People is unbelievable. You wouldn't think it could happen today. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
Invasion was never on the table. That's not going to happen. He has zero support at home for that.
In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow at not even close. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democratic.
There was nothing offered there. It was at times boorish, but even by Trump standards, ish. So it was just remarkable in its inconsequential nature. I expected more from him. I really did.
On the energy policy.
Yes.
Hope to keep on working with you on nuclear,
out loud, right?
Let's just say, in many ways, I'm not surprised at all. This follows the line of both a mix of irrational and rational arguments at the same time. I think this just proves to show our message from Sweden to Europe is Europe needs to toughen up. We need to hold the line, and what we have been saying continuously is we will not be bullied or blackmailed into letting go of territory that is, in this case, Greenland's and Denmark's. But and he was very clear that he also would not take it with military force, and we will keep him to those words as well. But I think when it comes down to it, we need to decide, are we up for sales? We're in the business of democracy. We're not in the business of merger and acquisition. And this is the reason why Sweden keep on saying, we will not be blackmailed. We will stand up for the Swedish people, and we will stand up for our neighboring allies.
But it was clear that if the offer is not accepted, he will not be happy, but he will not use force. So in a way, this calms down the whole tension that was a little bit visible over the past few days.
I'm not as smart as all the other politicians in the world to assess it immediately after he delivered his speech. But obviously we'll be facing bigger tensions between Europe and the United States in a time to come, and we'll have to get ready for that.
We think that President Trump is a person whom you can trust. Okay. And we're trusting him, and we will be part of this board of peace.